Hey, how are you, everybody? It is your boy Sam, aka the Train Main. My pond doesn't run. So it's been, 3-4. I said once a month. It's been probably about 3-4 weeks since the last update. And once again, a ton of progress has been made. So I'm going to start down here. I just finished up working over here for the day. Taking it easy this weekend, just doing a few odds and ends. We're in a good position, so. As you can see, I got glue drying over here right now. These are all weights. An old candle that's heavy with a can of soda in there. I'm gonna trademark this, my weights, aka old rail spikes. Dime a dozen if you go hike a rail line for 10 minutes. I've got, good amount down there. So what I have done, got, I'd say 90% of the foam that I will be using to carve in place. Just today, worked from about here over. Got my portal not installed, but mocked up. And we're beginning to close off this section of the layout. So, as you can see, the portals will come out on this end. They will be right next to each other. Always measure them out. I'm not gluing the portals in yet. That'll be the last piece to go in as I shape everything all into its own part of the section. So we got this whole corner foamed up. I'm going to add another layer or two up in here and then begin to fill this in. So kind of take what this is looking like now, a little bit rough. My expansion eventually will come off this way. So I'm going to do everything up live in here and then leave this flat. So eventually I'll put a switch here and have a little branch line going through a town to like a refinery or something down here. But on that note, this section has become more final. So imagine something similar to that, but down here. We've begun sculpting quite a bit actually. Track is glued down to these two nails. And then same thing over here to these two nails. What I'm going to be working with is the two mains coming through the center. Got my little crossovers. And then my little branch lines, they're not permanent yet per se, but I think this one's gonna stay right where it is and lead into the mine section. So as you can see, I've started to carve just a little bit, took off just enough to get a rough idea. Been using a hot knife, sandpaper, a little saw, pretty much anything with a sharp edge that'll get the texture going. So obviously it's not final, some sections are better than others, but it's coming together nicely. So again, probably add a little more high up in here and just kind of contour all of it, from the corner down, work it, round it into the little mine valley, and then along. So as you can see, it's coming along very nicely. Then I think I'm going to move the lead and the crossover back just a little bit. So the crossover will be about here, and then the lead will be about here. And we'll have nice leads leading up into the mine, 3-4 service tracks. We'll do a couple of storage, the whole scene. One thing I'm not doing ahead of time is, these are just rough placements for now. Obviously I want to have the conveyors going into the mountain if you couldn't tell, so this will be butted up further. It's just all a work in progress. I'm trying to get the foam work done. And then again, too, same thing. We'll work all this in. Obviously it looks rough right now, but pieced it together nicely and very happy with how it comes out, or how it's come out. I will also fascia up this. Don't know how it's going to look, but probably angled down just with it to flat, and we'll be good. I'm also been working on the center section, so we're going to have the mine scene, some run along, and then go into the wood mill scene. I have everything cleaned off of here because obviously I was working on it today on this section. But like I said, I've said it in most of my other videos, as I'm working, I have a workbench for all my tools and stuff. I also have more workbench / supplies. I always keep it very organized, and I always keep my tabletop clean while I'm working on it as well as after. So as you can see, I'm letting glue dry right now, pun intended. And the table's clean. All the tools that I used, I put back, vacuumed it up. When I'm not using something, I put it back. If I need the saw, grab it, saw, put it back. Keeps you from losing stuff, keeps everything clean. and you're not overwhelmed with just crap all over the place. As well as I just finished working about 15 minutes ago and I'm now able to run a train. So sorry, I kind of jumped off there. So the mine scene, got most of the foam here. Gonna add a little highs and lows, contour this, you know, into this section to do separation of the scenes. Then over here as well, gonna contour this down, have the little logging actual scene, you know, logging epicenter, buildings, all that good stuff. So it doesn't all have to be the same height. I'm 3 2-inch sections over here, 4 up in the corner, 4 over here. Gonna taper that one down a little bit. So everything's coming out fairly well. I'm on the big approach now. Today's actually March 1st. Typically for me, layout season is always, let's just say Thanksgiving to St. Patty's Day as a rough mock-up, so 5-6 months depending on the weather. I'm also a very big fisherman, so I spend most of my summer outdoors and most of my winter indoors. Point being, layout season is coming to a close. I'm not going to cease working on it completely as I have in previous years, but my goal is to have all of my foam work done, at least all the major stuff, which you can see I'm almost there, by the time that I break out my rods for the first time of the season. And that's coming up very, very soon. So as I get most of the foam done, I can start carving it, which I don't think will be a big chore, just vacuuming it up and getting the look right. So that come next fall, this fall, I could start doing paint, ground cover, scenics, get the industries in place of where they're going to be. Like I said, I'm not going to put anything in place building-wise or branch lines and turnouts until all of the foam is carved, so that I'm working directly up against what is already done. Once I get all that rest of the track down, get the buildings in place, then I can start doing scenics around all of it. So again, just going step by step. A couple times, you know, you'll catch yourself getting ahead of yourself. It's okay. Just don't go too far so you're not destroying progress or integrity. So yeah, so I know looks a lot different than if you go watch. I think this will be the 7th or 8th video in this new layout series. I know that I'm not doing how-tos or any of that other kind of stuff, but just showing progress is a big thing for me. The reason I started this channel on the old layout in 2012 or 13 is so that day 1 up to day 1000 of the old layout, which is now destroyed, and then for this one as well, is to see progress, track progress. Also, I've made a lot of friends, gotten into some of the railroading communities, and very happy with how it's all coming out. So I guess this update's all over the place somewhat, but as you can see, things are coming together. Very happy with the progress. I'm very happy with my track plan and table design. And I think once I'm able to, you know, get the foam done, get the industries in place, the tracks, it's going to be a lot of fun doing op sessions on this. Nothing special. I do plan to take these 2 similar sections and expand off this way. It'll be very easy for me to do now. Build the tables, put the fascias in and the backdrop, and get the foam base down, and you know, start scening from there. So I can theoretically do it right now if I want to, but I want to get this mostly done before I do, and you know, nice little town, maybe a small switching yard, and go from there. So I'm going to keep this video a little shorter. I know normally they're 12 to 20 minutes long. We're at about 9 minutes now, so tips or tricks, Tony Hawk style. You see anything you like, don't like, that I could be doing better, that I'm not doing, shout it out. Comments are open. I post these now. I'm in 5 or 6 or 7 different HO, and my layout is N scale, but I'm in several different HO and N scale groups on Facebook. If you found me through there, I'll be posting these per always. Appreciate all your tips and help. So that's kind of it. Like I said, I just wanted to show it off. I did say that I will be taking, not time off, but once the weather breaks, you know, I have other things going on, so I'll still try to do an update a month. Progress will start to slow down here in a little bit. I'm already taking my time as it is, so no big there, but still count on at least 1 video a month. If you want me to sub to your channel, check out your stuff, just all of the above. So I appreciate you all very much. And things have come a long way. Go watch the first video. I'm not asking you to watch everything if you want to. I know some of you do. Watch everything from the first day I started the bench work and up till today. You could see progress. Like I said, I'm just not one to spend an entire weekend busting ass, pardon my French, getting as much done as I can, because then, you know, I want to be able to work on this and play with it for years, and when I expand into all that, I just see no point to go crazy. Take my time, enjoy myself, and it's been a lot of fun. 2-3 hours today. It's been a couple weeks since I put in any time, but, you know, look at the whole big picture. So, the train Maine, appreciate all of you guys. We'll follow a little Lehigh Valley down into the tunnel and call it a day. I said I wanted under 10 minutes and it's already at 11 minutes, so coming along. Alright, the train Maine. Thank you all.